Hi, my name is Steven, and this is my college car.
The 2001 Ford F150, the truck of the people. Welcome, Internet, to an episode of Firsts for College Cars. This episode features the first truck on college cars, as well as the first V8 engine. Without further ado, let's get into the details. This particular F-150 has the 5.4-liter Triton V8. It belongs to my friend Steven, who previously drove a different 10th generation F-150, a regular cab long bed, with over 300,000 miles. His brother is driving that truck now, so that number is still climbing. I'm not a Ford guy, but that's downright impressive. Steven's current F-Series has about 125,000 on the odometer, and is still going strong. Hopefully I didn't just jinx that. The 5.4 Triton is somewhat unusual for a truck motor, since it and the 4.6 liter were the first truck motors to have overhead cam design. The 5.4 put out 260 horsepower and 350 pound-feet of torque in 2001, which was right in line with the 5.3-liter LS offered in Chevy trucks and slightly better than the ancient 360 offered in the Dodge Ram of the time. Steven's truck has one of the 4-speed automatics that were available throughout the 10th generation of the F-Series, but I don't speak Ford well enough to know which one. The Blue Oval has owned the pickup market for as long as I can remember. Their commercials used to claim something in the neighborhood of 35 straight years of being the #1 truck brand, a feat that blows my mind. They sold almost 1 million in 2001 alone, and the 10th generation F-150 was in production through 2009 in Mexico, according to Wikipedia. It's hard to believe that when it first came out, Ford management was worried about consumer reception because of how car-like the 10th gen looked. Trucks ain't what they used to be. Speaking of what they used to be, the 10th generation F-150 was the first Ford truck since 1964 to be offered without the bulletproof 300 cubic inch, or 4.9 liter, straight six. Instead, a 4.2 liter V6 was the standard option. It was also the first generation of Ford trucks to have a true independent front suspension, after decades of the impossible to align twin I-beam setup. Now that the required rambling is over, time for a few specifics. Steven's truck is an extended, or super, cab with the short bed, leather interior, and dual-tip exhaust added. It's not over-the-top loud, but it does produce a decent rumble while under acceleration. The color scheme is remarkably similar to the background of most of this video, a dark green over tan on the bottom. I think two-tone paint could really help some of the horrible-looking trucks rolling out of factories today. Then again, there's probably a reason they stopped doing that. Steven's dream car is a 1967 Mustang. A good choice for most people as far as dream cars go, since they can be bought at price levels from $5,000 to $500,000. Okay, maybe those are exaggerated, but neither are out of the question. For Steven, however, the 67 Stang represents something else. His dad had one back in the day that he lost in a barn fire. The Ford F-150 is an American legend. The F-Series has been in production continuously since 1948, and the F-150 name dates back to 1975. You know how I mentioned Ford's ad campaign saying the F-150 was the best-selling truck? Well, it turns out that the F-150 is still the #1 truck and has been since 1977. Oh yeah, it's also been the best-selling vehicle in the United States since 1981. I wonder if the increasingly popular crossover market will end the reign of the F-150. I sure hope not. Anyway, this does end the first episode of College Cars featuring a truck. Thanks for watching.